few people be judgmental. I mean, we all have that, don't we? Usually from people who used to enjoy it themselves and have had to stop because they've got a mortgage or something. They see me still doing it and they're like, she needs to grow up.
The way in which I use, talking about illegal drugs, obviously, I mean, it's evolved over time, partly because I'm older, partly because I've got a child, and partly because I don't have opportunity or space to be able to do those things in a responsible and safe manner, and so it's massively limited. I still love the festival environment, that temporary autonomous zone where all social rules are thrown out the window, and I, at least once a year I will go to a rave and I'll go back to being a 20-year-old dancing barefoot in the grass until the sun comes up again. So it's always going to have a place within my life situated somewhere. But what I've also noticed is it's the illegality factor again. I'll be much more likely to have a drink these days because that's the socially sanctioned drug. That's the drug that we're all allowed to have, even though it's incredibly dangerous.
Protect yourself with censorship.
I don't feel it's taboo to talk about stuff, but in a larger context, yeah, or as a policy, I wouldn't admit to it or make it a really overt characteristic.
Me and my identity isn't around drugs or dance floors, I'm me.
I don't think there's a massive difference between myself when I'm out clubbing and then kind of back in kind of like normal everyday life, really.
I am the person I am today, partially because of the experience I've had. They are not an overt part of my personality. They aren't in my top 10 kind of definable characteristics, but I would say that they've changed my identity. They've definitely enabled a different me to emerge, a positive me, a me that I like, a me that has an awful lot of characteristics that I'm very proud of.
I don't see how drugs change, my identity. It's just a little bit, a tiny part of me, like a very small part, like almost an inconsequential part, really a no big deal part.
Like I'm good at my job and I do what I can elsewhere, but people judge me on my use of drugs rather than my whole character, so I become a drug user rather than a person.
I would say that I'm a person who sort of has fitted in to the line in life, but feel like there's lots of aspects of my life that some people would describe as childish or that I should have let go of, which I cling to dearly because I feel they're really important.
In everyday life, there's responsibilities, and I do for the most time, I do enjoy those responsibilities. I enjoy working hard and looking after myself and being a responsible adult and doing wholesome things that really make me feel good. But at the same time, I want to be able to go somewhere where I don't even feel them. So I know the clutches of society can often be seen as a negative thing, but even the positive clutches of society, it's good to be able to escape from them as well. Even if you're really, really enjoying life, it's really a great thing to be able to enter into a space where it's just alternative and where it's not regular and it doesn't follow the same rules.
I think I'm a much healthier person, weirdly, because I've done drugs. I think I'd be a lot less in touch with myself if I hadn't. But I know that's something a lot of people would find difficult to believe. They've helped me get in touch with aspects of my personality that were probably a little bit buried, and they've helped me see things from different perspectives. They've helped me realise that life is incredibly complex, but also not to be taken too seriously at times, and that it's a lot simpler than we sometimes make it.
I'm an intelligent, functioning doctor. I'm contributing and caring about wider society. I'm very hardworking. I'm good at what I do. Drugs have not affected me, but kind of enabled me to be a happier person, a more confident person, more caring. So why wouldn't society want that?
It always seems to be that whatever happens, it's reported on in a very, very negative light. I mean, you see hundreds of thousands of people dying from smoking every year. You see lots of people drinking too much and dying either through like liver cirrhosis and long-term damage, or getting too drunk. And it's never vilified that they were so drunk that this is what's happened and it's led to accidental death. But as soon as somebody dies of a club-related drug, it makes headline news.